Why did Twitter, the Twitter handle, well, that's a weird thing to say, the Twitter handle. Why did the Twitter handle unfollow founder and CEO Jack Dorsey? So obviously, the official Twitter handle would follow executives, including the CEO Jack Dorsey. They unfollowed recently, and the people, the watchdogs, those that investigate on the internet, those with too much time on their hands, ultimately, noticed that the unfollow happened, and they started to investigate what's going on there. They thought, animosity? Is he leaving the company? They're doing so well. Big numbers. We talked about on previous episode. More profits than ever. Daily active users. Twitter's actually doing well. No, it's not. It's not that they're mad at each other. It's actually an advertising campaign. How about that? Unfollowing someone as an advertising campaign. So you get people talking. Organic. Grassroots. So what happened was Twitter is running a real world ad campaign in which they are posting individual tweets in physical places. Look, how weird does that look? Tweets in the subway system. It's Will showing off a picture of giant printed poster size tweets from actual users, which Twitter is repurposing as ads for Twitter in public spaces. Like, hey, you should come use Twitter because it's the kind of cool stuff people are posting. So what they did to promote the real world ads is they unfollowed whoever they were previously following and then followed only the accounts of the users whose tweets they were going to use in the campaign. So people could get kind of like a preview of like, wait, what are they doing? Why are they following these strange accounts? Well, this is the reason to eventually promote this particular ad campaign. So these things are popping up. Weirdly enough, I can't tell if the users are surprised or not. Like the Twitter, it seems like Twitter's bio right now is what's happening, ? And then the people who are getting followed are like, what is my life? No, like, what is my life? What is going on? What does it mean if Twitter follows you? Yeah, so now they're following just 28 people and their bio is what's happening. Maybe their bio always was what's happening. I don't know. But the people appear to be surprised by the fact that these tweets are showing up in subways. Am I right about this? What did you just click on there in the DMs? Yeah. So the person gets a DM with the eyeball emoji, like the shifty eyes, and a picture of their tweet in the subway system, and then they're surprised. They're like, what? In the DM. So now I'm like, it turns into a really confusing story about, did these people know about this? Did they approve of it? Do they have to? Probably not. The terms of service probably lets Twitter do whatever they want with it. And so far, it seems so good because those whose tweets were selected are like loving it. They're like, I'm famous now. There you go. There's an example from Sarah Cooper. Y'all, I'm famous. All caps. Now, again, I can't say for certain whether or not these tweets were cleared in advance. I don't necessarily think they were. I think most people think it's a cool thing, and the tweets don't seem to be sensitive. They're obviously memes or jokes. So you'd assume the people wouldn't care that much if they popped up in a promotional sense. But it is an advertising campaign, and those users that generated that content presumably didn't get a dime for it. So you got to wonder, it brings up this whole conversation about like, do you have control over where your content shows up? Or when you sign the terms of service and you participate in the medium, are you kind of casting it out there like anything can happen? This could go, and which appears to be the case. I remember hearing about this with Facebook back in the day, where the terms of service would stipulate we could put this on a billboard in Japan if we want to, kind of thing, and people were upset about it. So I'm not necessarily saying that people are going to be upset, should be upset. I'm just saying it brings in this gray zone. Actually, as an advertising campaign, I think it's pretty cool. If I'm walking through the subway, that's going to catch my attention. Tweets on the wall in poster size, I'm just like, whoa, that's weird. It makes me almost want to go look it up. Kind of like, why this? What is this? And that's obviously the goal of any. Kirk wants to say something right now. He's giving me the weirdest. He's giving me the shifty eyes. He's giving me the emoji of the shifty eyes.
Doesn't it make you feel something like
he feels uneasy right now. dystopian. Yeah, it's confusing. Actually, look at Twitter's banner right now. It's also the shifty eyes. So they're like, hey, man, we're doing some crafty things. Keep an eye out. I agree with you. There is an uneasiness that comes with it. And the fact, but in a weird way, I feel like it should also be and could be looked at as a reality check for people who think they're living this digital life in which nothing they do on here matters, to say, no, you published that. Look, you published it. And to put it in the physical world almost gives it more texture. See what I'm doing here? Like, hey, you said that. You broadcast it. So, I don't know. Maybe it's a bit of a reality check. Look, it's deep. It's hefty. It's layered. There's a lot going into it and a lot of ways to perceive it. But so long as they're allowed to do it, at the moment right now, I'm going to go ahead and say genius marketing campaign. At the moment. I think it's going to do what it's intended to do by utilizing the purest form of what's actually happening on the platform, by selecting stuff that's actually user generated.
Is it pure though?
How is it not pure?
Well, they choose really lighthearted tweets.
But they are tweets on the platform. They're popular tweets from the platform.
But if they want to encompass, what Twitter is,
I never said they wanted to do that. I never said they want to do that. Nobody wants to do that. McDonald's don't want to show you the mashed potato cheeseburger. Do they? No. Advertising is still going to be advertising.
Yeah, I agree.
But if we are to believe that they jumped into the DMs unexpectedly and posted and sent the photo of the billboard, then it's pretty pure. It's like, hey, check it out. And the reactions of the people actually tell the story. If you're to believe the whole package deal. Of course, the conspiracy theorists in the crowd, then be saying, nah, they knew about it. They had to approve of it beforehand. But like, you look at this DM screenshot right here. You accepted the request. Twitter followed the user, hit them with the DM and the shifty eyes, and then they responded afterwards. So you decide about the authenticity, but if we go ahead and presume authenticity, then we can say, damn, that's a pretty interesting ad campaign. All those people are going to go screaming to the rooftops that their thing ended up in the billboard. Now you got people advertising the advertisement. Whew! Apologies. Catch my breath there. There's things going on in the world.
Yeah.
We're never going to stop. We're not stopping, Willie Do. Yeah. We're going to figure it out for people. We're going to let them know exactly what's happening. If you get followed by Twitter anytime soon, expect that your tweet is in a subway somewhere on a billboard.